Good afternoon, this is Joe at Signal Centre and it's Tuesday afternoon. We've just been triggered on sterling Swiss, which was a trade idea that we posted up earlier this morning, so I'll link that idea to the video that I'm giving you now. Just really wanted to run through some logic behind the trade idea just to give you a bit of an insight into what I'm looking at and how I've made that decision to buy sterling Swiss at the level that I have. First of all, I'm just going to take a look at this sterling basket that I've built. So this is a combination of all of these sterling pairs you can see up here. So sterling against Aussie dollar, CAD, CHF, yen, New Zealand dollar, US dollar and euro. What that gives me is just a basket of all of the sterling pairs together and gives me a sort of an overview of how sterling is performing on the whole against all these other major currencies. So looking at this first chart in the top left hand corner, I'll expand that to make that bigger. This is a weekly chart of the sterling basket that I've created. As you can see here, there is scope for this to be continued trading in a series of higher lows. We have some sort of channel here and we have a few key lows around this level here. I mean, don't pay attention to the price really, because obviously it's a basket of all of these pairs. But just look at it from a price action perspective, we've got some key lows down here which could potentially attract some buying interest, as it has done in the past for sterling. So that's one key reason. And of course, if you look at this as well, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 consecutive weeks of sterling losses. So there is potential there for that to be oversold and for some speculative buying to emerge at some stage. Take a look at the daily. Not really much more positive to offer here on sterling as it stands. We're below this 10 period moving average as we have been since the close below on the 8th of May. So potential there for a reversal, probably only going to be a corrective one at this stage, but you know, we are looking pretty overdone and overstretched here potentially on sterling. And if we look at the 4-hour chart, we've got this bearish channel and we are testing the lows of that at the moment, not quite below it, although we have printed below it, but holding above it as it stands at the moment. Now if I do the same for the Swiss basket that I've created, again same logic. We've taken all of these pairs to give us a read on the on the Swiss currency. On the weekly chart here, we have a range that's formed, and we've seen a rejection at the upper end there, and it looks to be heading lower. Yeah, we can see potentially a move back down to the lower end after some strength as we saw over the recent weeks. If we take a look at this from a daily perspective, then we have had a close below the 10 period moving average after a failure to get above this resistance level here, and also a break of that short-term trend. So there you've got the baskets. So now I'm going to drill down into sterling Swiss itself. Let's get the chart up here. So first of all, take a look at the weekly chart. Again, we've got this channel that we saw on sterling on the basket, and we've got a reaction low there and a blue candle as it stands at the moment. Obviously we're very early in the week, and again, you know, that highlights the 9 consecutive weeks of downward momentum in sterling, potentially coming to oversold levels. And if we take a look at the daily chart, what we had yesterday was the first close above the 10 period moving average since the 8th of May. Potentially a sign that we could be about to see a reversal in the bearish momentum in the very short term. And obviously we've got these lows around here, reaction lows, which you know, might have been picked up on by some speculative investors, and if there's enough of them, then obviously we could see a corrective move higher in the short term. So take a look at this from an intraday perspective, which is what the trade is. We're looking for this as a day trade or a swing trade over the next few hours and days. We've got this bearish channel that's encapsulated pretty much all the price since May the 21st. We broke above this on the 1st of June. And what I was looking for really was a retest of that level. We did gap higher on Sunday night. And we appeared to fill that gap there later on in the session by around about 10 o'clock before then rallying higher. So that was a bit of a cue for me that the momentum potentially was shifting. So I placed a buy level at 124.50 today on a retest of this broken channel, looking for a corrective move higher in the short term up to 126. Obviously it is a speculative trade, we are going counter trend, but I just wanted to give you a little bit of an insight into how I set up my trade on this and why I was looking to buy sterling Swiss at the level that I was. So we're live in this at the moment. I will link the original trade from from this morning to this idea. We've got a stop loss of 40 ticks at 124.10 and a target at 126.00. So let's see how that plays out, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks. Bye bye.